Hello, hello, everybody, believers and achievers who are watching this later, obviously, because there are the three of us having a party without you. Welcome to our new weekly group Zoom. We need to come up, Melanie, with a new name for this meeting. I think we need something fun, something exciting. I don't know what, something, yeah, okay. Something fun. So you guys need to submit your ideas so we can call this something fun and exciting that everybody wants to show up to. I just feel like it needs a fun name. Don't you think so, Kat?
Yes, I do.
Yes. So I am Heather Lambert, Star Director. I live in Florida now. I've been with Scentsy 7.5 years. Can't even believe it's been that long. But it has been quite a ride, and I'm excited to share with you tonight. So each week, one of our directors in our group is going to kind of take over content and hosting the meeting, which will be fun. You'll get to get a little bit more pieces of our personalities and some of our experiences, and we'll get to just kind of change it up. It'll be kind of fun. So does everybody want to, I wanted to start off with just what's good this week. What's going on? What's good? You have a shout out, something to share, something that happened that was successful, business, personal, whatever, what you're excited about. Kat, what's going on this week?
Well, I'm excited about having a new recruit. So,
yay!
Sarah actually is my hairstylist, and she has done some other direct sales businesses in the past. So she's looking forward to doing this, and she loves fragrances, so I think it's going to be a good fit for her.
Fun, fun, fun. That's exciting. Always fun when somebody that we've known for a long time decides to kind of join our journey and have fun with us.
Yes, absolutely.
Melanie, what you got going on this week?
Oh my goodness. So I just had my multi-hosted show, and I had 2 qualifying shows there. I was supposed to have 2 other hosts. There were reasons why that didn't happen. However, it was a great group. We actually played the Saran Wrap game, which I usually can't play at my multi-hosted show because there's just too many people. It's too nutty.
That's you need multiple balls.
Yes. Yes. I don't want to do that. Great parties. There's the potential that I can flip one of them. And yeah, I'm super excited about that. I've had 2 people come back to Scentsy, and I absolutely love that. And I am stoked about the new 5 crystal fragrances. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yes. So someday you're going to have to go into detail again about your multi-hosted show. I know you've talked about it forever and ever and ever, but we have so many new people that when you say multi-hostess, I don't think a lot of people understand that, you know, if you do it right, because I tell people all the time that I meet outside of our group about your multi-hosted shows, and they're like, what? I can close 5 parties in one night? Are you kidding me? I'm like, yeah, you can.
It's pretty awesome.
Work one night a month and close like 5 parties, like amazing. So the work that it takes though to build that up and how to do it right way, I think is something that we need to share at some point.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I'm super excited about the new fragrances too. Our collections in the past have been so popular, and people get excited about something new and different. And so I'm excited to sniff them. I placed my order today to get a couple of sets because I have a little bit of FOMO and I have to have it and see it and smell it, and I don't want to miss out on it if it sells out. So I snagged a couple of sets myself. We also, some other things. So those of you that don't know it, our bricks are still around. There are still bricks on our website, and I know that that was a question whether they would continue after the month ended, but they are still on your website. You can still order them, and they are super popular. Everybody that I have had sniffed them have bought them. So if you can get a little chunk of wax in your hand and let people sniff them, they love them, and they're super fun and cheap. So it used to be brick was not all that much different value from a 6-pack, but now if you buy 2, they're only $20 each, is super cheap compared to our wax, since the prices are $1 a piece and even the $30. So it's super cheap. So it's great value as well. So I love that. Love new products. Scentsy is always giving us a reason to talk to people, to share with people that we have already talked to. A lot of people say they feel like they're bugging everybody because they're calling them all the time or talking to them all the time. We have a reason to call them. And those people will be mad at you if you don't share something new that came out and they miss it. They may be very upset. So make sure you're not bugging people. You're just letting them know, hey, we have another new product. We have 2 new products this month. We have the Crystal Collection, and we also have bath soaps. Yep. Scentsy Soaps is a brand new product. And I think, and it's very different. If you haven't seen the training that Sarah did on the consultant group page on Facebook, she talks about the difference between bath bombs and bath soaks and how they're a very different product, and for similar customers maybe, but also could be different customers, and you would use them for different reasons. So that's definitely something to check out. Speaking of training, we also have a new training center. And so I'm super excited about that because I love trainings. And if you have not checked out the new design, if you go on your workstation in the top corner, it says Training Center, and it's a completely new design, completely organized, much, much better than it ever has been. And its trainings are set up. We have the one section for the 6 skills of the selling system. Those of you that have been through that Party with a Purpose training and talked about those 6 skills, there's a whole category with trainings about those 6 things. There's also some leadership trainings. There are business owner type trainings, and there are personal growth trainings and wellness and things like that, which are a huge, huge part of this business. I've been watching a lot of Allison Dalkey videos lately, another superstar who is amazing. Just has a way with words. She's really awesome, but she has talked a lot about personal growth and how this business is all about personal growth. And if you are growing as a person, your business will grow as well. And if you're feeling stuck and stagnant in your business, look to that personal growth piece. Grow yourself in some way. Find a book, find a training. How can I make myself better or feel better or start something, you know, that's going to bring me more joy in my life? And that will translate to your business, I promise. So I'm super excited about that. New products, new trainings. We also have something coming that I am really, really excited about that I can't tell you yet.
Darn.
But I can tell you that you need to watch very closely around May 16th. That's a good date to kind of be aware of stuff going on. And if you struggle with follow-up,
yep,
game changer is all I can say. And that's all I can say.
Oh.
So it's definitely something to look forward to and get excited about. So you struggle with follow-up, you struggle with trying to keep track of all people, and you worry that you don't connect with them often enough, or that they slip through the cracks, something is coming. So get excited and be aware around mid-month that you may learn something new. It's going to be awesome. I wanted to share another thing I'm super excited about. So the beginning of my business, when I very, very first started Scentsy, I went door to door down my street, and I sent invitations to my open house. I had a launch party, big open house at my house, and I didn't have a lot of friends. I was fairly new to the area, so the whole I don't know anybody, don't have friends, it's bogus, not a very good excuse. I went door to door and handed out invitations to my open house. Now, nobody came that night, but I got an email shortly after that. Those of you that know this story, and Tabitha Ryan, who is not on our team anymore, but she emailed me a couple of days later and said, I really want to host a party. Even though I couldn't come to yours, I would like to host my own. And that party led me to book 2 more parties. And one of those 2 parties booked 4 parties. And one of those parties booked 6. And one of those parties booked 10. And my calendar is filled up, and it just started like going crazy. So it really only takes one to create huge momentum in your business. And so finding that one is your mission, really. And it's all about getting to know as many people and getting in front of as many people as you can. And so this month I have done some serious shifting of my mind, which I will talk about in a second. But I need to get in front of more people, and I have not connected with my neighbors yet like I did at the beginning of my business. And I'm in a new town, sort of, 2 years now. But it's time to get in front of my neighbors. So I have made, and these are going to be backwards, but that's okay, little cards with my family on them, because pictures are powerful and you want to connect and let them know you are a small business. And they just say that my name is Heather Lambert and my family and I live down the street. As the weather begins to really warm up, I wanted to wish you a wonderful summer. I've included a small gift that I hope will make you smile, because my business is called Smiles and Scents. Get it? Please know if you ever need a cup of sugar or anything else, we are happy to help a neighbor in need whenever we can. So that's it. And I'm going to include a little baggie. Look what I found.
Oh, cute.
Because I want to see your face with a smile. I'm going to put some samples in there and maybe a scent circle and just leave it with them up and down my street, introducing myself as somebody with goodies, and hopefully putting a smile on their face so they remember me when they see me walking up and down, getting kids off the bus, whatever. And who knows what kind of relationship it might lead to in the future. I didn't want it to be very salesy. I wanted to just be friendly. I just wanted to put myself out there and let them know I exist. And sometimes that's the first step, and that's the key. You don't want to push your business in front of people's faces. You just want to push your face in front of their faces. If that makes sense. So I'm excited about those. They are coming together. Oh, and I took another tip from Allison Dalkey. I printed on the back. So she has been doing a lot of stuff with quotes and inspirational quotes. And so I was like, that's a good idea, because quotes are powerful. If you see on Facebook, when you post things on Facebook, quotes get shared like the most of anything that I've ever seen. And so if you can find a really good quote, it can invoke emotion and people will remember that. You know what I'm saying? So she prints just quotes on labels and her website, and she sticks them on everything. So she's got little join cards that she's got quotes on. She puts labels like this with a quote on circles that she hands out to people, just whatever. And so this one says, you know those things you've always wanted to do, you should go do them. And then it has my website. So just a little bit of branding, just a little bit of inspiration, thought-provoking to people that you come into contact with. So many things to be excited about. My next, let's see, what else? I'm going through my stuff pretty quick. So here's the cool thing about having a weekly meeting is we don't have to talk about 100 things every week. We can have nice, quick, short gatherings and then lots of Q&A and chat at the end. So that's pretty awesome. So does anybody, Kat, do you have anything you want to say before I move on?
I'm looking forward to trying the new soaks. I have those on the order that I'm going to be placing later this week. So
yes,
looking forward to that.
I am too. I am not really a bath person, but since our bath bombs came out and now we have soaks, I'm like, yes, I have some baths.
Yeah, figure
it's not a bad thing. A little bit of quiet time, a little bit alone, one-on-one. Like
bring the Scentsy Go into the bathroom.
Yeah, you don't need a Scentsy Go if you got bath soaks.
well, yeah, but for the ambiance.
Oh, the lights, yes, some color, light. Okay. All right. Okay, so a couple of weekends ago, I can't believe it's been like 2 weeks now. It feels like yesterday, like I just got back. I went to Becca Levi, our superstar director. Every year does a leadership retreat, and for the last couple of years, she's done it here in Florida. And she rents out a great big huge house with like 9 bedrooms in it, and 15 leaders, directors and above, come and spend the weekend. And Becca and Callie and her husband Terry have all of this amazing information and activities for us to go through, and just really, really down and dirty, thought-provoking, emotional, connecting stuff that we go through all weekend. And it was probably the most amazing thing I've ever done in my life. Like, really. Like, I've never done anything that changed my mind and made me feel so different. at the end of it. Never anything so intense with strangers ever. And so it was really, really powerful weekend. And so I hope over the next few weeks, months, whatever, I can share some of those lessons with you guys, little bits at a time. Obviously, this is not a private weekend with 15, in a house over the weekend where you can kind of share. But I think the messages are important, and it's very thought-provoking, some things to think about. So the theme of the weekend was making shift happen. And really in our business, when we feel like we need things to be different or better or bigger or whatever, oftentimes we try too hard. We think, well, we just need to start over. I just need to do this all again, and we need to start from the beginning. And sometimes we overcorrect and we go too far the other direction, and it doesn't help us. And then we still feel stuck. And then we're frustrated because we've tried all these different things and it's not working. And really all we need to do is make little shifts, just tiny little shifts in our business that will create big things happen. And so she gave us this card with a quote on it that I'll read to you quickly. Making shift happen is about taking control of our thoughts and actions. It's about staying open all hours for miracles. Success, love, and happiness are only ever one action away, and action being the key word. One new perception, one fresh thought, one act of surrender, one change of heart, one leap of faith can change your life forever. And so it's just the one little shift in thinking or in an action or in what you do or what you think or how you feel about things that can really make huge change in your business and in your life, really. So one of the activities that we did, and I've only kept this ball to share with you guys, and now I get to throw it away, so I'm super excited about that. So one of the things we talked about was a beach ball, and I should have blown this up, but I'm not going to. So when somebody throws a ball to you, if I was to throw this ball to you, what would you do?
Put my hands up so it doesn't hit me in the face, and hopefully I'll catch it.
You catch it, right? When people throw balls at you, you catch them. And so the message was that people throw stuff at us all the time. People, life, society, our loved ones, and we often throw stuff at ourselves. So think about what are some of the things that get thrown at you. Messages that you catch that maybe aren't all that helpful in what you want to do and where you want to be. I will attempt to share some of the things on my ball, and I apologize if this gets heavy. One of the things on my ball says, you don't have a real job. And that's, I think, something in direct sales and in Scentsy that people project at us sometimes. They don't feel like this is real work, that it's a real job. And that is something we have to overcome and teach people sometimes, is that we don't work a real job. The problem is when somebody throws that at us and we catch it, we start to own it. And we feel like, oh, I don't have a real job. And so then what do I do with my business? You know what I mean? I don't treat it like it's a real job, and therefore I don't make real money if I don't treat it like a real job. It's not enough. You should do more. How many of you feel like it's never enough? Whether it's your business, your family, the kids, the husband, cleaning the house, at work. It's all the stuff that we do as wives, mothers, business owners, friends, daughters. It's never quite enough. And we always feel like we should be doing just a little bit more. And so that gets thrown at us sometimes. I'm not successful. Sometimes we feel like we're not where we want to ultimately be, but that doesn't mean we're not successful, right? Right. You might have a different definition of what is successful, and just because somebody else doesn't think you're successful doesn't mean that you shouldn't feel successful. And just because someone else is in a different place in their business doesn't mean that you're not successful. This one says, we are living the dream, which doesn't sound all that bad at first, but I have a hubby who enjoys the now and likes the status quo, and he likes things quiet, and he wants to just enjoy, because we have a great life. We have an amazing house and family and money to pay the bills and nice things, and so we should just enjoy it. The problem with that is when you get comfortable now living the dream, then there's nothing left to dream about. There's nothing more to strive for. There's nothing bigger to work towards. And so if we're living the dream, then we're not dreaming about anything else. And so then what? What's the purpose of working so hard if there's not something to work towards? So those are the things that I wrote on my ball. So take a second, and maybe not now right this second, but at some point, I hope that you will think about all the things that get thrown at you. People throw at you, friends and family. What gets thrown at? What do you throw at yourself and catch and hold on to and own, right? You're holding on really tight to a ball of crap, right? It's not real. It's just a ball. And think about what would happen if somebody threw that ball at you, and instead of catching it, you just step aside and let it fall. Just whatever is thrown, step aside and let it go. Just let it go, because it doesn't matter. You don't need to react to it, because then we overcorrect and we start to go too far the other way. Just step aside and let it go, because it doesn't matter and it's not real. It's just the stuff that gets thrown. Just let it go. And how might that change your thinking, the things that you do, how you feel about yourself and your business and your family, to just let all that go and not catch it. Don't catch it. Just let it go. So that was a really powerful activity that we did. We wrote on the ball. We actually threw the balls at each other after we wrote on them, stepped aside and let them go. And then we were able to do whatever. And so I brought the ball home because I wanted to share that with you guys. But it's so, so powerful. So to really sit and think, and not just to think about it, but to actually write it down on paper. I'm telling you. So some of the stuff we did at this retreat, I would have in the past said, it's hokey, it's silly, I don't need to do that. I know it in my head, so it's fine. But writing it down takes on a whole nother power. So write some stuff down and then rip them up and throw them away. And the act of doing that, I'm telling you, is so, so powerful. So to just get all those negative thoughts gone and let them go and just step aside. Does anybody want to share? Kat?
Can't think of anything right off the top of my head, but.
So I want you to promise that you'll think about it later.
Mm-hmm.
Write them down.
Yes.
So when I first picked up my ball when I came home and I was sharing with my husband, I hadn't read it out loud ever after we wrote them down, because we didn't share. We just wrote them down and let them go. So I was explaining to my husband and sharing my ball and showing the things. And as I read them, I was bawling, because I had never really said that stuff out loud before. It was pretty amazing. So once we let all that negative go, we need to fill our brains, right, and catch some positive things, some things that can really move us forward in our business and in our lives. And so she also gave us these postcards. And they are full of positive affirmations. So again, affirmations are something I always thought to myself, it's silly, it's hokey, I sound ridiculous, like to say a positive affirmation out loud, right, to yourself. And they say words are powerful though. Words matter. And the more you say them, and not just in your brain, but out loud or on paper, the more impact that they will have. They carry energy, and they really do change your thoughts about things. And so these are 3 postcards. One is about sales, and they say, I am thankful for my wonderful customers. My sales are increasing every day. My customers love to hear from me. I easily surpass my sales goals. I attract loyal customers, and I have high party sales. And it says on the back that a prescription for a successful consultant is to repeat these affirmations 8 times daily until it becomes your natural way of thinking, because positive thinking brings positive results. And whether or not it is true today, I guarantee that if you say these multiple times a day, eventually they will be true. I guarantee that they will come true, and that they will be what is happening in your business. So think about, what are some positive things that you can tell yourself, whether they're about sales, whether they're about life, whether they're about your looks and how you feel, or about your family and your abilities as a parent or as a wife or as a whatever, friend, business owner. Bookings. Some of you struggle with bookings. I can't get bookings. When you talk about, I can't get bookings, nobody wants to book, the more times you are saying that out loud, the more your brain is believing it and making it true. So stop saying it. I don't want to hear anybody say, nobody wants to book a party. Don't say it. Right, Melanie?
That's right. So can't means you certainly are not trying. Can't.
Right. But the more you're telling yourself that, the more you're convincing yourself that it is true, and the more it will be true. It just will.
That's right. It's like a negative affirmation.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't want to ever hear that nobody wants to book a party, and just don't even talk about it. So here are some things you can say instead. I am getting new bookings every day. Booking parties is so easy. Everyone is booking with me. I love my full calendar. Bookings come to me quickly and easily. I am booking so many parties now. I am scheduling so many bookings. And if you tell yourself that each and every single day out loud, I promise you they will come true. And your calendar will be full, and people will be booking you with you left and right. They will be calling you to book a party instead of you begging them to have a party. It just will happen. You have to believe it. Have belief. This one is about sponsoring. How many of you think, I can't recruit, I'm not good at recruiting, I couldn't be a leader, I'm not a good leader, I can't have a team? No. Building a team is easy for me. Good people are joining my team now, right, Kat?
That's right.
Good people are joining my team. I am attracting go-getters to my team. I have a constant flow of prospects. Growing my team is a breeze, and I attract the best people to my team. And if you say that every day, you will come to believe it, and it will happen for real. And that sounds hokey, and it sounds silly, and I always thought that to be true as well, but it's not. Because words have power. They have energy. And your brain is dumb. My husband always says that. Your brain is stupid. It is dumb, and it will believe whatever you tell it to. And so tell it the good stuff, because it will believe you if you tell it the good stuff.
So positivity attracts positivity.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right? So that is my main message for the evening.
A great message.
Anybody have any thoughts or questions or anything else they would like to discuss or talk about?
Can you share those cards with us on our team page?
Yes, I can. I will take pictures and post them. And if you are on my personal team, good news. Becca gave us lots of these, so guess what's coming?
So if I can see a picture, I can recreate it.
Exactly.
And people like Kat, who's on this call, might get some.
Ooh, we can all be talking to ourselves.
That's right.
I think those would be very good cards to put in when you do get a new recruit.
Yes, because
Yes.
it can get discouraging when you
Yeah.
first get started. You're on that high, and it's all exciting, and then the first time you hear no, if you're not programming your mind to go forward, you're going to crash and burn. And we do not want a sugar high that crashes and burns. We want
It's hard to get back up when you fall down. I'd rather just like stumble and catch myself.
Good idea.
Yeah, I don't want to fall all the way to the ground.
Mm.
I'm just checking my notes.
So I'm going to be posting this soon, but we have on your team, Heather, under Danielle
Yes.
Wadsworth, is
Yes.
Riley. I can't say her last name really well. Boutelier or something like that.
I know who you're talking about. Yes,
So-
I know who you're talking about.
It's a gift for leaders to be private messaged and share stuff. And she has reached out to me a couple times for questions. And so she shared 2 things with me today. And you know how we say, you got to follow up. Follow up is key. You just got to do it. And it feels funky, but you got to do it. So she had a lady she had a lady who said, oh my gosh, I want to get a diffuser for my daughter-in-law for her birthday. But it's not time yet.
Oh, yeah.
So
I read this story. That's good.
Oh, has it been posted? Has it been posted?
She posted it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
asked her to post it, and she said, well, I don't want to be that girl that toots my own horn. I said, no.
Please do.
That girl.
Toot.
You're that girl who tried doing something that your leader told you to do, and this is what happens. So yes, there's that. So for the people who didn't see the post, she followed up with the lady and she said, yes, I want it. Can you please remind me at the beginning of next month? Because I want to get it for her in a timely manner. She wouldn't buy it for herself. So I want to do this. So that's like whoop, whoop. And then she didn't stop there. She did some more follow-up. She checked in with somebody that she had talked to. Did she post this too? Because I haven't been on in a while. She talked to a person about joining. And she followed up with them and said, have you given it any more thought? See, how difficult is that? Have you given it any more thought?
It's easy.
And the person said, as a matter of fact, I have. And I could use some more money. And so as soon as I get paid, I am going to your website and join. So
How about that?
It is huge. So I know it feels funky and it feels odd. However, you're not being pushy. You're not being self-servant. You're being a servant to people. You're helping them because people forget. It gets busy. And if you don't take that opportunity to say, hey, and remind them of what we have to offer, then not only do you miss out on the blessings, but they miss out on the blessings. So, yeah, I had to share that.
So 4 lessons from that. Quick story. Number 1, sometimes we overcomplicate it too. It like simple, just so simple. Have you given it any more thought? Or did you get the sample? How'd you like it? Did you get your order? How'd you like it? Like simple. Just keep it simple. There's been a lot of talk around whiff boxes and people are like, how do you get people to sign up? How do you get people to want them? You just ask them, hey, I got a box. Do you want one? That's it. Simple. We don't have to bombard them with huge messages. Just quick, easy, simple. Second, if you do it, stuff happens. Action creates momentum. And celebrate it. Share it on our group pages, our team pages. Tell everybody, because your excitement and your success is going to inspire somebody. Your story will inspire someone. And lastly, your leaders love to hear from you. We love to hear from our teams. We don't know who needs us, and we feel like we're bothering you all the time. We don't want to feel like it's ironic, but as much as you feel like you're bothering your customers, sometimes I feel like I'm bothering my team. Like, hey, what's going on? How you doing? And And I don't want you to feel like I'm bothering you or expecting anything of you. I'm not. I just want to make sure that I'm here if you need me. So your leaders, don't be afraid to reach out to your leaders or to anybody in our group. We are all here for each other. We're all here to celebrate with each other and to brainstorm with each other and help each other find what we need to find and point each other in the right direction. So don't be afraid to reach out. I always say connection is key in this business. It really, really is. And the more I connect with people in this business, the more it confirms that connecting with other consultants and other leaders and other people that are going through the same thing you are is powerful. And it will inspire you to do things that you maybe wouldn't have been brave enough to do. And that is a game changer when you're trying to do big things and have big goals.
True.
You're not alone. That's one of the other things I learned on my retreat is we are not alone in this journey. And there are so many people out there ready to lend a hand and help you up the big old mountain that we are climbing. So don't be afraid to reach out. And with that, it is 9/11.
Woohoo!
45 minutes is a good time, I think.
Yeah. Yes.
That's good.
That works good.
Yeah. And then we'll see everybody next week.
Absolutely.
How fun. I love that we are doing this weekly because it builds a habit. It builds, it's just like, it's always there. We don't have to like, I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just good.
I think the weekly connection is going to be a positive thing for all of us.
It keeps us all going, right? It keeps you in a groove. We don't have to lose the groove. We can just keep going with the groove. And I think it'll be good for all of us.
Yes,
connection is key, and we just need to connect more.
Yes.
So I like key connections.
Key connect. I love it.
Yeah, you said it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, maybe people have other votes, so I'm okay.
Okay, so we'll need to
other votes, but
post something and put our ideas.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
All right, so I'll be posting the postcards. So you all have positive affirmations to fill your brains with to move forward and do great things in your business. Melanie can post maybe a little something that says, we need your ideas. Maybe when you post a recording, Melanie, you can just say, hey, we need to rename this something fun that you're all excited about.
I love it.
Yeah. Any last words?
Have a fabulous week.
Yeah.
Go make some key connections.
Let's do it.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks,
everybody.
lady.
Thank you so much.
Have a great night.
Thank you, Kat.
Thanks.
All right. I'm going to stop the recording.